Ooh, hello guys. It's your boy Abolaji here again. Your favorite international student supporter. Yes, I'm rooting for you. So today I'll be talking about leasing agreement. Yes, I know for people who are just coming into the states, they're wondering what is the leasing agreement all about. Leasing agreement is basically the agreement you sign when you want to move into an apartment. So it's the US. Everything is paperwork. Nobody is running after you to say you need to come and pay your rent or something. So, but I'm here to support you. I'm here to give you the information you need to help you make the right decision. So that's why I'm here today. So, lease. It's just five-letter word, but it carries a whole lot of weight. So I just want you to listen to me and listen carefully, actually, because a list is so powerful that it can define how far you can go. Anyway, before you sign that listing document, I want you to ask yourself a question. You have the discussion with apartment you want to rent, the apartment owner you want to rent from. Have you had a discussion with them? Do you have the room that you want? Does it meet your taste? Are you aware of all the fees you are going to pay? Because if you don't have the clear-cut idea of the information you need, the financial cost of where you want to rent. There are one-room apartment here in the United States. Actually, we have the 4x2 bed, 4x4 bed, 3x3, depending on what you want. So before you sign that list, make sure you have an idea of what it entails. Who you're going to stay with. Will they be having pets? Yes, pets is a big deal here, yes, in the US. So it's just a matter of choice. It's what you want. So, and if you let them know that you don't like pets, the apartment will pair you with those people who don't like pets, just to make living comfortable. So they tend to pair people with the same interest at heart and just to enjoy yourself. So basically, you want to sign a list? Good. Have you asked the right questions? Do you have somebody who is checking the apartment for you to be sure everything is okay before you move in or before you sign that list? Because once you sign, excuse me, once you sign that list, you're in. Technically, you're in. Because I have had friends who are here in the States and they had to pay two rents actually. They're paying rent at the place they signed a lease for, and because they got a job somewhere, they needed to move out, and it's just a different ball game here in the US. So when you sign the lease that you're going to stay in a place for a whole year, then you are bound to that place for a whole year. Except if you want to have a dialogue with the apartment, I'm very very sure some apartment can probably reason with you or something. But if not, my dear, you have to pay your rent for the full academic year that you signed for. So let's say you signed a lease for say 1 year, you have to technically pay for the rent for 1 year. And police is not going to run after you. There are some people we call collector, debt collector. You just keep getting mails here and there, and before you know it, you're in. So before you sign that document, make sure you ask the right questions. Make sure you talk to the apartment that you want to live in eventually. Make sure you are aware of the financial cost of the space you want to rent. Make sure you are aware of the duration, because all these things matter before you just say, okay, I want to rent an apartment. In fact, in some spaces, they tend to pay for house insurance, pay for parking space. So if you don't have that information, how do you do it? So it's so powerful that when you sign it, you're in. You can go out again. And if you want to go out, that means you have to dialogue with the apartment. So as a newbie in the United States, I would want you to calm down. Yes, here in the States, people ask questions because you're just coming in. You don't know anything technically. You asking questions will not hurt you. Ask all the questions you want to ask. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't smoke, and I would appreciate it if I can get a roommate who don't smoke. By roommate now, well, the mentality I have back at home is when you say somebody has a roommate, that means the person is living in the same space with you in the same bedroom. You get, but here in the states, I think it's a little bit different because a roommate are people who share your flat with you. Well, back at home, I'm in Nigeria, and some people call it flatmate. Yeah, I think flatmate is even a little bit different because you will be staying in your place and maybe your neighbor will be staying in there, so they call that flatmate. So your roommate technically, if you say you don't want to stay with people smoking, say you're allergic to smoke or something, yeah, those things are going to be ticked in the leasing agreement so that you get to say what you want and what you do not want. If you want to live in with, say you're a guy, you're living in with a lady in your flat, let's say it's a 4 bed, 2 bath, yeah, you're okay with living in with a lady being part of the room. That's wonderful. That's what you want. So you take it. So literally, before you sign out an agreement, you should read it carefully. One thing, one habit I wanted to learn here, like you are in the States, is the ability or the habit of reading things, reading documents. I know a lot of us don't really read the terms and conditions of whatever gadget we get. Yeah, well, it's a different ball game here in the States. You just have to read almost everything. Open your eyes wide. Read it to understand what they are saying. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Ask questions. Ask the listen agent question. Ask the housing agent question. Ask anybody who is available. In fact, you could ask your friend who is trying to tell you about the apartment you want to move in. Ask him honest questions. Okay, what is this? You don't want to be shocked when you move in and they're saying next month you're going to increase the rent or something. Or next month your rent is going to be different from what you paid it. I'm glad you now know what the leasing agreement is all about and you're aware you need to read it carefully. In fact, you could have a lawyer read it for you. I mean, you might not understand the technical terms written there. So if you have a lawyer friend, you could tell them to read it to you because you need to have the full understanding of what is there so that you don't have to be served. Another thing that is so crucial here is the moving date. Forget about the fact that you signed the lease on the 27th of August and you're thinking you want to move in on the 28th, or say you have the legal right to move in now because you've made your payment, you've signed the document. No, it doesn't work like that. So you need to be aware of the moving date stipulated by your apartment. If not, what choice do you have? How do you survive? Where do you live when you're just moving into the state? So in that case, your moving date might be different from when you sign the leasing agreement. What do you do? That's where people like us come in. If you want to live somewhere, you just talk to people. Some people might house you. For instance, I was accommodated by my parents here in the US, and they've been super helpful. So that's just that about the moving date issue because I don't want you to be disappointed when you say you signed your lease from your own country. Why can't I move in? And usually it's a case of either they are repairing one or two things in the apartment, or say the current occupants are still trying to leave your space. So you don't have to fret. That's just that about the moving date. Another thing, this is a guarantor or a co-signer. Hmm. Well, a special thanks to my friend Samuel who was ready to be my guarantor when I moved into the States. Yes, he was willing to do that, but unfortunately, they wanted him to come to Kalamazoo in person to come and sign, or probably get to the bank and get notarized copy or something. So that was really stressful. I need to make you understand, people could not easily sign for me when I got here. I mean, you don't know me, you don't know who I am, you don't know if I will run with your money or something. So, I had a challenge. Even the closest of the closest people I know here, or probably the people that I met here, could not sign for me when I came in newly. So, but it is what it is. But now, I've proven myself to be financially reliable. So if you've crossed the top of moving date issues, you've actually got to the guarantor for yourself, somebody who's willing to sign that, oh, yes, if you don't pay, I'll pay. If you've gotten that, I think you need to consider the fact that if you now move into the apartment and you're shocked at what you saw, I mean, the apartment is not in good condition like you wanted it, and you had signed a lease that categorically said that you're not going anywhere. So what do you do? That leads us to what we call sublease. So it's more or less like you renting out your flat to somebody else who will be paying that rent while you go live wherever you want to live. So subleasing is also an escape route for you, but I don't even want you to be in that situation in the first place. So I don't want us to think about escaping when we can avoid the whole situation. Thank you so much for listening to this session about leasing agreement, and I hope you have a wonderful day.